Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the chairman and the ranking member for their significant commitment to the people of Ukraine and their significant bipartisan effort to make the United States a firm and committed partner to ejecting Putin from Ukraine. So I thank you for your leadership. And also on the subject of the victims of this illegal invasion of a neighbor and sovereign country and member of the United Nations, I think we're not forgetting the victims here. Our chairman went to Bucha. He's done more than see photos. And we're grateful to the international news media that have brought the atrocities to light since day one on February 24th. So I thank the leadership of this committee. I want to follow up on Mr. Snyder's comments. In 2016, the United Nations, in a General Assembly vote, established the mechanism, technically the International Impartial Independent Mechanism to investigate war crimes in Syria. It's been, I think, quite successful in storing evidence, documenting that evidence, some most sensational, things like the Caesar photos, for example, and convictions have now been taking place in Europe, including recently in Germany. And the UN has formed a mechanism to back up evidence storage for Ukraine. Is that correct? Has the UN General Assembly set up a similar mechanism for documentation of war crimes in Ukraine?
It's very important and also to mention, it's a matter of tribute to and respect to all of my prosecutors and investigators, is that Ukraine, which is very different from Syria, Ukraine from the very first day of full-scale invasion ensured, under the leadership of President Zelensky, that all state authorities were fully operational from the very first day of war. Even some of them were relocated from Kiev, but they were fully operational. That's why we started investigation and prosecution of war crimes from the very first day. And in order to ensure secure storage of the evidences, I applied last year to our partners, and we received first assistance from European Commission, who secured for us, who supplied for us quite huge servers in order not only to save, but also to duplicate, yes?
Duplicate, yeah.
Yes, duplicate the evidences of war crimes committed. We have also other instrument now in place, which is under the auspices of Eurojust in The Hague. This is a very interesting element. It's called CSED, Core International Crime Exchange Database. This is also financed by the European Commission, and it will be a storage of the evidences which could be provided by the 20+ countries who investigate war crimes and the joint investigation team, which was created by Ukraine, Poland, and Lithuania, and now Latvia, Estonia, Slovakia, and Romania being part of, where United States Department of Justice now have a memorandum of understanding and will deploy specialists who will help another element of this joint investigation team, the International Center for the Prosecution of the Crime of Aggression, which will be started its operation in July in The Hague under the auspices of Eurojust, with the support of a prosecutor which will be deployed by the Department of Justice of United States. So we have another storage facility for the evidences, as I mentioned, CSET, and it will be additional storage facilities for the ICPA, International Center for the Prosecution of the Crime of Aggression. So we want some of the evidences to be kept not only in Ukraine, but also abroad to be in a more safe location.
That's very encouraging, and I'm of course pleased that this Congress has supported that Department of Justice effort to provide that technical assistance. Do we have actual, in addition to DOJ training and the MOU, do we actually have FBI forensic experts assisting their colleagues in Ukraine on crime scene reviews?
Thank you for this question. During my visit, we will have we have already a meeting with Attorney General with regard to more active involvement of the FBI to investigate and prosecute of war crimes, and I have meeting tomorrow on this specific matter.
Good. Well, this is very encouraging. We want to make sure that you have the support you need to take to the international community the proof of the atrocities of the Putin invasion of Ukraine and bring Putin and his henchmen to justice. And then we will do our part, too, on making sure that we work with our partners on finding ways for Russia to support the reconstruction of Ukraine once Ukraine has declared victory. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you.
Gentleman,